We will move on to community reports, or committee reports. Legislative update, Mrs. Gundrum.
Okay, this is new. I'm not used to this. I'm used to looking
That's
for
right.
the student achievement. Okay, so there was House Bill 279, which was put in committee hearings back in October, that would require occupant restraining devices to be installed on school buses within 5 years, so seatbelts. But apparently, the state recently had a task force that they implemented after that tragic crash in Clark County. And the task force has come back and they have made several recommendations, like increasing penalties for drivers who break traffic laws to protect buses, a few extra hours of training for drivers, et cetera. But seatbelts was not on the recommendation list. And apparently that there were concerns about safety as far as children being trapped into the seatbelt and having to take the extra step of cutting them out of the seatbelt for them to get to safety. So that's where we stand with that.
Great, thank you, Mrs. Gundrum. It's timely. The next up is the Butler Tech. Just quickly, applications for the next school year, that deadline was January 31st, and they saw a 10% increase in the number of applications. The Bioscience Center expansion is something that looks like now it is coming to fruition. Butler Tech applied for and received a $7.2 million state grant for the expansion of the facility. Total cost will be about $12 million. It'll double in size. This is a facility on 75, just off 75 in Westchester area near Cincinnati Dayton Road, and will accommodate 350 more full-time students. So that's exciting.
The building looks like Pac-Man laying outside.
Looks like a logo or a Lego, right? Yeah, right, exactly.
Mr. Vega, I do have a comment. I was able to visit the open house at Butler Tech a couple weeks ago. So my middle child, oldest boy, will be a sophomore next year. So we got to visit the Butler Tech and D. Russell Lee building. That is an amazing school. The academy they have there and a 3-year program where a student can come out with basically an associate's degree from welding, aviation, Premier, I forget what it was called. It was machinery, some precision machinery.
Precision
Talked
machining.
to 2 students that were there, and both of them, talked to many students, but this one was working part-time for $18 an hour as a senior. And this other student has already got a job once he graduates, making $28 an hour from that program. So it's a really, really good program. It's just amazing. We walked through the whole building. And then the following Thursday out at the other place out towards Middletown. So it was just incredible. I've been around here forever and know of D. Russell Lee, of course, but never got to really walk through an orientation like that and got a tour and got some insight of the program they have. So it's pretty amazing. So I was really impressed.
Oh, that's great to hear. A little follow-up on that. Butler Tech has something called Fifth Day Experience, where the students go to school 4 days a week. That 5th day on the job actually working, so that may be where he's earning that high hourly rate. There are 6 campuses and trying to expand all they can. Any number of different programs, all sorts of things going on. It's certainly not your father's auto body shop.
And it's not the D. Russell Lee that I know.
No, that's right.
And that 5th day, there was, I forget the young lady that spoke, but she said there is a large number, like 60-70% of the students show up for school on that day anyway, because they want to be there.
That's right. The ones that aren't employed tend to typically come in and work their programs and
Even though they got a day to stay home if they wish, they come.
Sure.
Yeah. It's
That's
impressive, very impressive.
Good things happening there.
I'll say one of my favorites is the Cafe Lee. Every Wednesday and Thursday, they have a student from their culinary program essentially run a restaurant inside their school, and you can reserve a table and go and have dinner. Lunch.
Lunch.
I went and had lunch with my father there this last week, and we had amazing food that was like alligator bites and stuff, and it was absolutely phenomenal. And so like the fact that students are able to go there and learn from start to finish how to run a restaurant, from buying and purchasing and creating a menu and then actually running a whole kitchen, is one of the spectacular programs that it provides. Sorry, just wanted to.
Absolutely.
I know
I'm
your dad's a big
remiss.
fan of that Thursday lunch.
It's so good. He went Wednesday and Thursday. It's real easy now. It's across the street from his
Oh,
office.
that's easy. And they're building additional aviation up in Middletown, right?
That's right. So
They'll
a
serve
partnership
150
with
kids.
the Middletown Airport, expanding part of the hangar there to do a program. Also starting an advanced manufacturing facility in partnership with Miami.
Yeah.
So all sorts of good things happening.
Good stuff.
I was remiss in not mentioning that. So that is during the second semester, so to speak, on Wednesdays and Thursdays, lunchtime. And they actually do recommend you call ahead and get a reservation, so.
They have a Genius,
Sign up.
Sign Up Genius
Mm.
link that you can find on their website or through their Facebook page. They can go and click and reserve your table. They also do carryout.
Ooh,
You can pick up the lunch and take it home.
alligator bites to go.
They ran out, unfortunately. Yeah, I will recommend going early. Don't take the last slot on Thursday because they might not have all the food.
Miss Jeannie, you want to share some alligator bites?
Mrs. Birding Miller, would you like to share a student achievement report?
Yeah, I just wanted to congratulate the Fairfield High School junior and senior mock trial team. They went and competed at the Ohio Center for Law-Related Education District Mock Trial Competition on January 22nd. Not only did we have a group of 3 lovely students who won their afternoon trial against Talawanda, but we actually had 2 juniors win awards. One won Best Attorney, and one won the Best Witness. So congratulations to our mock team for such a great achievement.
Hey, thank you. Mr. Clark?
Yes. Parks Department, have you noticed, Mr. Bagley, the little red boxes outside of certain parks like Waterworks Park, Gilbert Farms Park, Village Green Park, Oakwood Park, and Point Pleasant Park? Those are new library boxes that are free for the kids to pick up some books. So that's an ad, so that's pretty cool. Those red boxes are there and full of books, so at those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different parks around the city. Let's see. Who likes owls? Does anybody like owls? Any big fan of owls? No? Okay.
Sure.
Thank you, Mrs. Ogg. On February 6th, you can learn more about owls and their amazing hunting skills before you venture out to search the trails for these cool creatures. They're going to have a speaker there to talk on owls and how they actually hunt. So we get some pretty abstract conversations, which are pretty cool. We did some coyote talk here not too long ago. So let's see, open house for the Fairfield Community Arts Center preschool. That's coming up on February 28th. Probably at the next meeting, I'll have a list too. We have, well, actually, we got some grant money from the state to improve some of the local smaller parks like Lions, Good Neighbors, and things like that. So you're going to see some upgrades, some replacements to some of the basketball courts will be pickleball courts. Some of the driveways will be repaved, actually dug up, removed, thicker pavement put down. So you're going to see some improvements. Not just with the bigger parks like Harbin, which is looking really, really well. If you've not been to Harbin Park lately, I highly suggest that you go there. I know Mr. Smith and his family went snow riding, sled riding up there a while back. So, but it's looking really, really good, and we're going to have that new playground installed there pretty soon. But the smaller neighborhood parks, we wanted to focus on those and get some upgrades to those because they deserve it and need it too. So keep an eye out for that this summer.
That's great. That's good news.
Yeah, it is good news. Yep, good stuff. And that's all I have, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. Mr. Smith, the Planning Commission.
And nothing relevant to the school district, but I thought I would share. Any of you who like going to Chick-fil-A on Gilmore Road, I thought there might be a few of you. They approved expansion plans for the drive-through lanes there to go all the way out, widen the existing drive-through to a dual drive-through for its entire length. Said that greater than 75% of their customers at that location go through the drive-through. Wow. So yeah, they haven't been there long, but they're already expanding. So, and that's it for Planning Commission.
Great, thank you, Mr. Smith.